get into the Housewives of Miami season 7 episode. Baby, I'm way behind, but we're gonna get down to it. We got episode 12. So we ended where we left off, where the ladies was they're still in Spain and Sevilla. They still at dinner. So, Lisa's taking notes on her phone and whatever. So the ladies are concerned. So we got Marisol bringing it up. Like she texting and whatever. And she taking notes and everything. And everybody has an issue with her taking notes, stuff like that. And she said, I take mental notes since going through what I'm going through, the divorce and everything. And my lawyer told me to take mental notes. So I've been taking mental notes. So I've been used to I'm taking notes now. And then when you taking notes about us and this and that, you ain't know not yet. So it's just about Larson. I said, man, I got no problem with that. Larson is a mess. Larson is a petty heifer. So it's like, doing this whole thing, they trying to get her not to take notes. We all friends here. It's just weird and stuff. Alexa said, I take a mental note of things and stuff like that. I said, girl, but that don't mean nothing. You still get everything wrong. But moving on past that. So doing all of this, Julia want to change things up and start going around kissing everybody. Her and Gertie did open mouth kiss. I said, damn. I said, girl, it's like it's not about you. They arguing whatever. At that point, Adriana, Gertie, Kiki. Okay, hold up. Okay, so the dinner ended up ending at that end. They end up ending dinner and stuff like that. So we move past there. We move on to Adriana, Kiki, Lisa. Adriana, Kiki, Lisa, Gertie. And okay, hold up. Let me get this right. So we got Adriana, Gertie, and Kiki at Lisa's room. They go check on Lisa and stuff to see how she's doing and everything. Because the group is splitting up. One group is going to paint. The other ladies was like, let's go see the city. Let's just go look around, see the sights and everything. So Kiki, Lisa, Gertie, and them all gonna do that. So that's what they plan to do and stuff like that. So we got Marisol, Alexis, Larson, Julia, and Stephanie. They go painting. Doing a painting class. You got Alexis telling Marisol, please do not paint, paint genitalia in this class. Like, oh yeah. So I like to do a little dibble dabble, when I'm just sitting around and stuff like that. So yeah, just paint something different. So that's what went on there. It is like more and more you see Marisol. Marisol is turning into her mother, which I miss, and I wish that she was on the show because she'd have been on these girls trip with them, getting them together. But let's move on past this. So we got Kiki and them in that group all together. They going to see the different places around Sevilla. Adriana, this is what she loves to do. She loves to go to different. She been over. She said 54 different countries. She lived in multiple places. Went to school all over the world, and she loved learning about different things, different cultures, and stuff like that. So she gave them a history of the place, and I said when I get ready to travel the world, that's what I want to. I want to learn about different places that I go to because it is more interesting than where you live, where you live and grow up in, and then you go to different places. You learn about different things. So they went around and did that. So at the painting class, the group now, Stephanie gonna ask Larson, girl, how you feel about Lisa coming on the plane? I want to make sure you comfortable, because y'all not getting along. And Larson playing the victim as she usually does. Larson like, yeah, I don't think it's a good thing that she be on the plane. So I'm at this point. I said, what? Larson, get a life. Get a life. I said, you mad because this woman, mad because Lisa ain't kissing yo. And she don't have to. She's never gonna do that. she don't want to and don't care for it. Like, shoot, if she kissed yours, she might as well kiss her ex-husband's. She could have dealt with him the rest of her life. But she decided not to do that either. So moving on past that, they talking about what they're gonna do there. They don't want Lisa to be a part, be on the plane because of Larson feeling a certain way. She felt like she need to apologize to her for what she didn't did. I said, girl, you done said things about this woman, and this woman has got back with you. It hurts deeper because she told the truth about you. So as we move on past that, we get into finding out that Julia ended up telling the ladies at the painting class that she actually is going to ask her. They're going to see her friends somewhere outside. They're over in Spain. They're going to see them. That's why they're using Stephanie Plain. She's gonna ask them to be the godparents. These are Julia friends. They've been her friends for years, and she used to spend time with them at their place all the time. So she want to ask them be the father figures in her boys, in her and Martina's boy's life. So yeah, she tell them that that's the big surprise she has for them, for the guys, for her friends. Move on past that. We get into so the ladies that were sightseeing, so they sit down to talk about the situation with Jody, Lisa's man, Texan, Larson, and all that stuff. And Lisa defending her man like she was. She said like, y'all, it ain't that deep because she ain't like they believe in what Larson coming off like she feel like it's wrong for him to text her, but y'all been texting each other for a long time. And y'all wasn't supposed to be talking about each other. Y'all had squashed the stuff, you and Jody. And now you bring him up because you're still mad at her over Marcus situation. So the ladies got her, talked to her, and tried to get her to unfollow Marcus. And she ended up doing it. So they all said, let's make a promise not to tell Lawson anything about it. Adriana really wasn't listening because she wanted to get back to sightseeing. She went, I'm on vacation and I don't care about this stuff. So that's what went on there. So we move on past that. So the ladies are okay. So we move on past there. We got Marisol. So the ladies supposed to apparently Stephanie had made the decision of not inviting Lisa on the plane. I said, huh? Yeah. So, so Marisol and Julia had to go talk to Lisa one-on-one. So they go talk to her and stuff, and and tell her, like, yeah, you gonna have to put your phone away in a basket. She said, wait a minute, is everybody gonna have to put their phone away, or is that just me? Because everybody are concerned about the, you taking notes and stuff. She went, I can't do that. She went, I'm not putting my phone away or anything like that because I have kids, little ones, and they call me, and I'm the only one they can depend on. Marisol, like Jody can't help straight. No, he ain't their father, and their daddy don't help at all. Well, we did see the marriage; he really did not help. So it's like you think it would change because they got divorced? They going through a divorce? No, and so at this point, Lisa said, just forget it. Lisa said, y'all can go on ahead and get on that plane. I ain't got to be a part of that. I ain't even coming to dinner tonight. Bye, y'all. So they went, this is not what I wanted to happen and stuff like this. This is not what I want to happen, Julia. This is not what I want to happen tomorrow. When we go, to visit my friends and stuff. I said, girl, it's not that deep. I said, you making a big deal out of nothing. Bye. So, we ended up finding out that Marisol ended up calling Lisa to get Lisa to come to dinner and stuff. Lisa said, okay, I'm going to come. She went, I'm not going to let Larson remove me or anything from this group because that's what she's trying to do. So she ended up coming to dinner. She was late and she ended up telling the ladies, they actually called her and she said, y'all go on ahead. I had to take a taxi and I'd be there. So she ended up arriving 2 hours late. I said, but she already told y'all. So Larson was mad as hell about that, because she was 2 hours late and this and that. I said, girl, we know what this is about. You mad because she ain't kissing me. She ain't sucked up to you, ain't apologized or anything like that. So at the dinner, they're actually just talking and whatever. Adriana ended up just spitting out that, Lisa had unfollowed Marcus, and Gertie called her out about it. Gertie said, girl, we made a promise not to say anything about it. And, Adriana went, oh, we did? Oh, sure, I totally forgot. Sure, sure, I wasn't listening when we was when y'all said that. Sure, I apologize. So when Lisa showed up, Kiki went, Lisa said, what I missed? What's the tea? Kiki went, girl, Adriana told that you unfollow Marcus. And Adriana said, girl, you being ratchet. But that wasn't the right word she was trying to say. She was trying to, was it whack? She's trying to say something else, but it came out that way. And so, they go back and forth, her and Adriana. She called Adriana, you too old to be talking like that. You old. And that, Adriana don't like the word old. So she said, oh, I'm old. Oh, I need to say, well, I'm gonna end up and leave. I need to go back home and watch her kids. I said, oh Lord, these two are the best. So at that point, them two going at it and everything, caused Stephanie to act a fool. Stephanie went, I'm out of here. Every time we meet up for dinner, it's always something go left. I can't do this. So she leaves, storms out. When she storms out, we end up getting Alexis Marisol goes out behind her, like, oh, we can't do this. Oh, this is unacceptable. Oh, I can't believe this. So they go out. Then Larson went with them. Then in the car, you got Stephanie crying because they were talking about what just happened. Alexis and Marisol was talking about what was happening in the car, and Stephanie started crying. I'm like, girl, oh, you dramatic like Alexis. I said for no reason. So they ended up going back to the hotel, sitting down and having a conversation in Kiki, and ended up making a seating chart for everybody on the plane where they gonna sit. They said Lisa and Adriana in the back and stuff like that. They split all the people up. Split them all up so that they can all sit in certain situations. At that point, we had during this, Stephanie said, if anything happens, anything goes on the plane or where we going to where Julia's friends are, so yeah, then they can take that 3-hour ride back. At that point, that made Marisol felt a way about that. Marisol said, I'm out of this. She went, no, I'm done. She went, no, she went, I don't feel right about this. She went, I ain't doing this. Nah, I'm over this. She went, she already made her mind up. She wasn't going because she said that right there is uncalled for. Because now we got to worry about if we cause a scene, we ain't gonna have a ride back because the plane ride is just like 22 minutes over a 3-hour drive there and back. So that's what went on there. Stephanie. Okay, so they ended up sending the ladies a text message. Yeah, they done send the ladies a text message telling them, the seating arrangement or whatever. And that was the end of the episode, episode 12. Yeah, so I said it's a mess and these women are crazy. But tell me how y'all feel about it. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's your boy Paul. Like, share, subscribe, join the channel. I'm also on Twitch now. So if you over there, check me out. Bye, y'all.